morning and welcome back to the Daily Commute with Opie living in the city. I hope you are well. What day yesterday we hit a record of 115 and today we're supposed to hit another record of 118, I believe. So stay hydrated, stay indoors. You don't need to be outdoors.
Dismembered, she was tossed to the side of the road like she didn't matter.
We'll have the latest on that 6 months later, 15 minutes from road. Gabriel Pietrozzi on KJZZ's Morning Edition.
KJZZ is supported by Keys to Change, committed to ending homelessness in Maricopa County through the power of collaboration at Key Campus. You can help at keystoChangeAZ.org.
Almost needless to say, extreme heat warning in effect. This one through tomorrow night. 117 the forecast high today could be the hottest day of this week. 97 now at 5:30.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Dave Mattingly. President Trump's sweeping tariffs on nearly 70 countries went into effect this morning. NPR's Scott Horsley reports.
For the last 4 months, the U.S. has been charging a 10% tax on most of what we import. As of today, that's going to 15% on goods from Europe, Japan, South Korea. Even higher tax rates are taking effect on goods from countries like the Philippines, Switzerland, and South Africa. The tax on many Canadian goods jumped to 35% last week. And the president just imposed a 50% tax on goods from Brazil, which is the world's #1 coffee producer.
That's NPR's Scott Horsley. Millions of women in the U.S. stand to lose access to contraception under the Trump administration. NPR's Katie Riddle has more.
It's only been 5 decades since birth control became widely available in the U.S. Now there are a number of ways the administration is limiting access, cutting Medicaid, which provides contraception for low-income women, as well as withholding funds from Planned Parenthood and the program called Title X, created under President Nixon. Kimmy Chernoby is with the National Women's Law Center.
We think of Title X as the only federal funding program that is exclusively meant for family planning, and it's a huge source of contraception for people across this country.
The Trump administration did not respond to requests for comment. Katie Riddle, NPR News.
This is NPR News from Washington.
A check of KJZZ News in Phoenix at 5:32. Since the Kyrene district closed the Kyrene de la Sierra School on Monday, students have been taking classes online this week until they're relocated to another campus. As KJZZ's Tiaja Spencer reports, air quality tests have identified the odors parents and staff had reported last week, which had led to the closure.
Right now, a roofing project is underway which may have produced the kerosene or tar-like smell. The district hired an environmental consultant to perform air quality tests. The tests showed the number of volatile organic compounds in the air had exceeded the regulated amount. Erin Helm is with the Kyrene School District, and she says there have been 4 tests.
They continue to show higher than normal particle readings. It will take 5 to 7 days to get official results and to determine whether these results are connected to the materials used in the roof.
Workers are now using industrial fans and making sure vents are sealed to reduce the odor. However, the smell is still strong in some areas. The nearly 500 students will be relocated to 2 other campuses starting next Monday until that part of the project is complete by October. Tiaja Spencer, KJZZ News, Phoenix.
And you can find all of our news and podcasts and everything we do on our website at kjzz.org.
KJZZ is supported by Yupa's Thai Kitchen, located on the southeast corner of McClintock and Elliott in Tempe, serving authentic Thai food in a homeland-style decor. Online ordering now available along with lunch and dinner menus at yupas.com.
Hey, we know you.
How? Yeah, starting early next year, you'll be able to sign up for a discount card that will save you up to 80% on generics and 18% on name brand prescriptions. Governor Katie Hobbs announced in Arizona will be joining ArrayRx, a nonprofit public pharmacy program already used by 5 other states.
The action we're taking today will keep money in Arizonans' pockets. create pathways to health and well-being, and restore the Arizona promise for families across the state.
Hobbs says the program is free to join and won't cost a dime of taxpayer money. Live in the news center, Colton Krolak, KTAR News.
The Trump administration's current deportation efforts are not sustainable in Arizona, according to Arizona journalist Mary Rabago, who joined the war room on Outspoken with Bruce and Gatos.
What's going to happen in Yuma, the capital of the lettuce? What's going to happen if they keep going after farm workers? And at the end of the day, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, you're going to be paying the price.
This on the heels of a CBS interview with United States Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem. The Secretary says Arizona is on her list of potential sites for new migrant detention centers, although CBS says Governor Hobbs has not been told of that plan.
One major Arizona utility company is planning to hook up to an upcoming pipeline to bring in more natural gas from Texas.
There are already pipelines bringing natural gas into Arizona, but the Desert Southwest expansion is a new one that EPS plans to utilize. Director of Resource Integration and Fuels, Jill Ferret, adds,
when the pipeline is in service, which is expected to be in the fourth quarter of 2029, we will begin receiving additional natural gas.
And she says natural gas is not the largest asset within their power generation portfolio in terms of energy produced, but explains natural gas generation can essentially be switched on as needed. That means it can help keep the power grid going during high demand periods. Bowen Overstoles, KTAR News.
New legislation from Arizona Senator Mark Kelly is designed to cut barriers for military medics wanting to enter the civilian workforce.
The Medic Careers Act would cut requirements that have forced veterans to repeat medical training they've already completed. That red tape has kept some of the more than 170,000 military medical personnel that serve in the U.S. from entering the already strained medical field, with a projected shortage of 275,000 nurses in the U.S. by 2030. Senator Kelly says his bill aims to align a standardized military medic training with the civilian credential process, boosting healthcare access nationwide, including rural and underserved communities. Anna Olk, KTAR News.
Eyes on education.
Your child's school may not have a defibrillator in the building, but the Fiesta Sports Foundation is working very hard to change that.
The AED Assistance Program provides defibrillators to schools across the state, and this year 25 life-saving devices were donated by the foundation, 14 of which are going to the Phoenix Elementary School District. Superintendent Deborah Gonzalez says the district had outdated AEDs in the building, and with these new devices, parents, staff, and kids can be kept safe.
We're actually going to have 14 AEDs. That provides an AED machine at every one of our schools. We have a portable one now that we'll be able to take when we send our students on field trips.
The program also trains teachers how to use the AEDs. Shira Tanzer, KTAR News.
Coming up in about 5 minutes here on Arizona's Morning News, a new ASU study shows kids need recess, even in this ridiculous heat. So what do teachers do when it's too hot outside for the kids to get their yayas out?
They suffer, I suspect.
We'll talk to an ASU professor, actually, who did a study on it.
Oh, nice. All right, let's go live to John Roller, live from the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center. See if you're suffering on the roads.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, we've got a few snags in the roads to let folks know about. If you're coming in from the West Valley, eastbound I-10, we've got a hang-up in the downtown area, but it is starting to affect people as far west as 67th Avenue coming into the downtown. We have a ramp closure, eastbound I-10, right at the mini stack there from the eastbound 10 to the eastbound Loop 202, and southbound 51 not affected by this, but you've got heavy slowing coming eastbound starting at the stack. But again, like we mentioned, you'll start to see slowing right at 67th Avenue, and folks are choosing to go southbound on the I-17 at the stack, and we've got stop and go slowing all the way through the Durango curve over to 7th Avenue. Once you get to the split, you are good to go. Right now, Surface Streets are quiet as well. Traffic is brought to you by the Beatitudes campus. Treasure or trash? Find out August 20th at 10 a.m. with expert appraisals by Jim Frank, plus downsizing and design tips. Visit beatitudescampus.org. John Roller, KTAR News.
We're looking at mostly sunny skies with a potential record-breaking high temperature of 118 here in the valley. It's going to be 113 tomorrow, and then Saturday should be about 110. Slight chance of monsoons, but man, very slight. Weather is brought to you by Howard Air and Plumbing. Weather replace or repair, call Howard Air and Plumbing. Hey, it's LaDonna, and one home solution is my solution. I bought a new house, and
very tiny, invisible to the naked eye particles.
Westervelt says these tiny little particles can float around in the air for up to 2 weeks.
And that gives them some time to sort of go up higher into the atmosphere. So the higher you go into the atmosphere, the stronger the wind currents are, and the easier it is to travel long distances.
Now, there's some chance here which way the wind is blowing at a particular time helps determine which areas are most affected, of course. Years ago, he says emissions from power plants or vehicles were bigger drivers of bad air quality. Now,
wildfires now are pretty much the whole story when it comes to air quality problems in the U.S.
Dr. Meilan Han is a pulmonologist and chief of pulmonary care at the University of Michigan. She says she's talking more and more about air quality.
It's something I have to start counseling my patients about on a regular basis. And then, you know, as a scientist, we're seeing more and more researchers spending more time and effort into understanding this.
Han says these tiny particles can affect your lungs and enter the bloodstream, leading to conditions as serious as heart disease or stroke.
Now, as wildfires become more common, you can prepare your home with a purifier on your HVAC system or attach a furnace filter to a box fan.
Now, N95 and K95 masks also help. And living in LA, Steve, I always have one in my bag or car just in case a fire breaks out. Ultimately, Dr. Han says that people should take air quality alerts pretty seriously.
This is a new health hazard that we all have to come to grips with. And there are both short and long-term consequences. So I think it really makes sense for everyone to educate themselves.
And set up those air quality alerts on your phone. This is NPR News.
And this is Morning Edition here on KJZZ. We do have a high ozone boost advisory, but no smoke alerts. Just very hot weather here in the valley. 117 today. We'll have the marketplace morning report in about 10 minutes. Higher tariffs take effect today on imports from many U.S. trading partners. The import tax is raising tens of billions of dollars for the government, but also beginning to weigh on the economy a bit. Closer look at that in marketplace. That's ahead in about 10 minutes.
KJZZ is supported by Helios Education Foundation. 20 years of building partnerships, strengthening communities, and transforming lives one student at a time.
All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Hope you had a nice drive and got caught up on a little bit of the news. Let's hope we get some moisture. It's looking pretty nice, but I don't remember if they said what the percent chances are for some rain. But you guys have a great day. Boston.